Hey there, everybody. Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are watching this live or either this replay. Amber Hawkins, your computer needs a Toledo LLC, celebrating year number 21 of the motto, computer training where it comes to you. More information can be found at yourcomputerneeds.net. In case you have any questions, the contact link of yourcomputerneeds.net. You can call or text to 419-304-4564 or on social media, YCN as in Nancy, OTLLC05. For some of you, it may be a surprise, like, wait a minute, she usually comes on at 9 Eastern Standard Time. That's true. I'm here an hour earlier because I have a few other commitments, so I wanted to make sure I still did the weekly live tech Q&A. For those of you who have been joining me each Friday, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you. For those of you who are new, welcome. Glad to have you. Make sure to please share any of the lives. You're more than welcome to. If you have any questions, make sure to comment below. Also, since I do this every Friday, usually at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you have any tech questions, any computer questions, any AI questions, feel free to comment below or DM, direct message me, and all of that. I'll make sure to answer them every Friday. The most easiest of questions to even the most complex. Feel free to do so they can be answered. I want to, and actually this is a part one of this, maybe I'm going to have to see how this goes, talking about upskilling and reskilling. I talked about this before. I thought I'd bring it up again. The upskilling and the reskilling, you've been hearing about, probably some of you for the past couple of years, some of you maybe recently, maybe it's been known as something else. Overall, reskilling, upskilling, you're upgrading the skills that you already have knowledge of. Reskilling pretty much overall is maybe there are some skill sets that you've learned once before, but it's been a while since you used them for whatever reason, and then you relearn them again. And even as far as updating that particular skill set or those particular skill sets, because over time things have changed on sometimes the skill sets themselves, sometimes how you use the skill systems, well, not systems, skill sets. Now, there are probably some companies and some entities that, as far as skill sets, there is like a system that they use to, let's say, measure and all of that. But on the other hand, just talking about what you're talented, what you have expertise in, and everything from there. This can be any realm, but the focus, anytime anybody tunes into the weekly tech Q&As dealing with, technology, computers, and over the past several years, as we know, is artificial intelligence. The reasons and the importance and what's crucial about the upskilling and the reskilling are the following. Many of this I've mentioned before. For some people, this may be new to them. Let's say that the first reason for the reskilling and the upskilling and all of that is making sure that you not only keep pace of what's going on, but you also make sure that you're not losing out what you've already learned already. With the changes, especially that are happening now, you want to make sure that you continuously know whatever skills that you have. you continuously know what to do. You know to continuously do what needs to be done in order to perform that skill to the best of your ability. If there are different ways of doing what's necessary, you learn that. And if there are different levels of whatever skill sets that you have that you need to maintain or learn new, as far as it could be your job, it could be your business, it could be anything that deals with any functionalities you do as far as, let's say, community service, probably for your nonprofit, for your academia, for your faith-based organizations, or anything else from there. That needs to be something that is a constant learning. The second reason is that, I'll take AI for instance. 10, 20 years ago, although AI was all around us, we didn't necessarily call it or know it as artificial intelligence. But the job market these days, with different statistics that come out pretty much on the daily, depending on who's reporting the information, sometimes twice a day or more. You have everything from having the knowledge of artificial intelligence as far as job skill sets ranging anywhere from number 1 to number 3 to number 5 to somewhere in the top 10 to somewhere in the top 20. With having the knowledge of artificial intelligence, a lot of people don't think it's true, but it still is true to this day. If you are going to make sure to acquire artificial intelligence and the knowledge of it, you are going to have knowledge of foundational computer literacy. If you do not have foundational knowledge of computer literacy or foundational skill sets of computer literacy, or making sure you're technologically astute, I'll use that word, it's going to lead to what number 3 is, which is not being able to take advantage of any opportunities because you are not knowledgeable as far as artificial intelligence. Let me go down another level. You're not knowledgeable as far as having knowledge of technology, or knowledge that it exists, or knowledge that you have to use it to. Let me go down another level. Not having knowledge as far as basic computer literacy. That includes everything from knowing how to turn on the devices. It could be a desktop, it could be a laptop, it could be the smartphone, it could be the tablet, it could be your television set, it could be your printer, it could be your appliances, it could be your vehicle, because a lot of things are more computerized, right? Down to, is she going to use that typing word again? Or, yes, I'm going to use that typing word again. There was a situation I had actually yesterday with one of the customers that I had, and also from past customers. And in training, I have to make sure I notice just about everything. And in this particular situation, not that I'll say the hand coordination of how you're supposed to position your hands where you're typing, it wasn't bad, it was pretty good. But then it was the switch off to using one finger at a time to type the keys on the keyboard from one side of the keyboard to the other side of the keyboard to the speed that this was going. And in the back of my mind, to the one person joining, thank you very much. In the back of my mind, coming from a professional mode, it's okay, they're going to have a relearning of how to type. Yes, this person had an idea of typing, but not fully to, if this person is going to be looking for employment, that is needed. Because even with basic typing, if you want to call it that, you need to know how to type, and there are particular words per minute that are required for these jobs, or even for the operation of your business. Let me go that way. You're going for a bid, and you need to fill out that, bid document or whatever. It is in a PDF form, a printable document form or portable document form. I've heard it called both ways. And you need to fill it out. It may not be emailed to you as a fillable PDF, but either one or two things, or one or three things are going to have to happen. A, you're going to have to print out that application, and there are people who still fill out these applications by hand, which that's another live in itself right there. B, you print it out, or you have some way to upload it to any PDF editor that you have, and you type it out that way if you know how to type. Then you have C, you do have that capability of doing that, but you have to fulfill whatever the requirements are of completing that bid package. And you have to make sure to upload it and include any of the required documents in a particular file format. And that, or some of that, you don't know how to do. And you're on a timeline and a crunch line and all of that. And so you have that. So how do you handle that? You either find a way to do it yourself, get the training that you need to do it yourself, contract out, or you have the necessary employee or employees who can handle that, and on from there. Like I said, this is going to have to be another live as far as that realm of it is concerned. But I bring it up and bring it forth because those realms exist as far as the need to upskill, the need to reskill. Let me conclude by saying the time factor. You have those that mention that they don't have the time to do so. Or how can they make the time to do so? To get through day by day. Nowadays, one way or another, time will need to be made, because if this pertains to the survival of you as far as employment, the survival of you as far as in the nonprofit arena, the survival of you as far as in the faith-based arena, the survival of you as far as in the small business world, the arena of you with your everyday living, either as a part of or outside of any of the others I just mentioned. Yes, you will have to know all of this. And I actually just had a thought now. Usually around this time, people are planning to take vacations, the graduation season, and all of that. Even some of how that's handled has changed due to computers, technology, and AI, because let's say if somebody misses out on a graduation, they can watch it online if they know how to do that, or if they're shown how to do that. This all equates or equal to, believe it or not, the crucial need for upskilling, and also what's necessary for you as far as reskilling is concerned. Those are at least some of the reasons for upskilling and reskilling. And actually, this will be the complete part. I'll dive more into what I talked about, and I also have a story to share in one of the lives during this month. So, if anything I said resonates and it leads to, you know what, we need to have a discussion about this, because this is what's going on and that's what's going on, feel free to reach out to me and let's have a conversation. Again, you can reach out, call or text to 419-304-4564. You can go to the contact link of yourcomputerneeds.net, and I will be getting the email for that, and I'll make sure to respond back. If you would like to have a virtual meeting via Zoom or via Teams or whatever, let me know, send me a message, and we can make arrangements to meet. If you're in town or out of town, if you're in town and would like to have an in-person meeting, I can send my calendar link and we can go from there. If you would like to reach out to me via Facebook, Twitter, I know it's X, but I still call it Twitter sometimes, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YCN, also LinkedIn, YCNOTLLC05, that's the handle. Instagram too, I gotta mention that. Again, YCN as in Nancy, not M as in Mary, YCN as in Nancy, OTLLC, the number 0 and the number 5. Amber Hawkins, your computer needs of Toledo, LLC, celebrating year number 21 of the motto, computer training and more that comes to you. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. Oh, don't want to forget, Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Make sure there is celebration all around, because every day is Mother's Day. For those people, including me, whose mothers have passed, my thoughts are with you. And let's keep each other lifted up to get through this weekend. Nevertheless, make it a great weekend. Again, thank you very much. Take care, everybody. See you next Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. In case there's a change, notices will be sent out. Have a good one. Bye-bye.